Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm trying not to make this video too long. Um, Before I get into my video, for you guys that have Facebook, click the link in my description box. I've created a new fan page. I don't like to call it fan. I like to consider everybody that's on the train with me as far as my movement. I like to consider everybody family. Until you prove otherwise. But you guys add my fan page. We can discuss things, talk about things, create business ideas, whatever. All I ask is that for those who are in the group, be respectful to everyone's thoughts and opinions. But on to my video. I read this morning that the guy Jeremy Meeks, he was a guy last week that had, all of the women panties wet, and he was all over social media. You had some women out here trying to take up petition and get bail money for this guy simply because of the way he looks. And I read this morning that he's been offered a modeling contract. I believe it's like for $30,000 or something like that. I don't know if he's getting that, just for signing the contract, or is that monthly or what. I've heard different stories about how the money is going to be distributed to him. But I heard that, they offered him a modeling contract. Now, he still is in prison, but, there will come a time when he gets out. But when I read the story, let me say, because I already know you're going to have some women out here talking about, oh, you hating on him, you mad because the women on. I don't give a fuck, to be point blank period. I can care less, who likes this guy or whatever. To be honest with you, the way I look at it, if you can profit off of people's ignorance, hey, go right ahead. If I was Jeremy Meeks and some women want to, as dumb as it is, they want to take up a collection plate, so to say, or raise some money to get me out of jail, I'm not going to say a damn thing. So hey, if you can get them, get them. But what really got me to thinking about the whole situation is that, we have many brothers in prison right now, whether they're guilty or whether they're innocent, that are creative, that have gotten their education while they were in jail, that have skills, whether they learned to trade or whatever, have skills that can be used out into the real world. But when these guys get out of prison, there's no opportunities for them. You got 1,200,000 people fighting for one position. If you have a felony and you're black, you're really not getting hired with a lot of these companies, or just even getting the chance of getting your feet wet into a company. Being able to prove yourself. And it goes to show you that we live in a society where the black man is viewed as to only be two things: neither one, an entertainer, or two, a walking penis. That's basically what a lot of people in our community, even within the black community, but especially the so-called dominant society, view black men as. Ask yourself why in our communities, there's always a basketball court or a football field, but there's lack of educational resources. There's lack of books. There's lack of computers. There's lack of community centers where our children can actually go there and learn things and learn about their culture and their people. Ask yourself these questions. But there's always a place where we can, pretend to be Michael Jordan, or we can be, Michael Vick, or any of these other sports entertainers. Because they think that all we want to do and all we're good for is to be entertainers and be basically a sexual statue. And it's not with the black men, it's with black women too. But I just wanted to talk about this because it was on my mind. Like I said, I'm not hating on this guy. If you get offered money simply because of your looks, and let me say one more thing. The only reason they're offering this guy a contract is because he's marketable. I deal with this shit all the time, with marketing and promotion and et cetera, et cetera. They figure, okay, Jeremy Meeks was a hot commodity on social media last week. We could take this guy, give him a modeling contract, and market him out there and make probably millions of dollars back off of his image. and off of him modeling our products. And then we can turn around and say, well, hey, we're doing something good for the community and for the world. We're taking a known criminal or a felon and giving him a so-called opportunity. And in either way you look at it, it makes them look good. But, I just want to bring this to everybody's attention because I know how a lot of these corporations view things and how they do things. That's why I say, with a lot of you guys that are artists out there, you guys come to me and say, well, how can I get into the industry and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of these record companies now, if you don't have your own following or you don't have, your own buzz or you created something on your own without the label, a lot of these people are not going to come checking for you. So, sometimes it's good to be an independent artist and sometimes it's good to have that deal and that money behind you. But at the same time, if you don't get on your hustle and you don't have your own following, these labels are not going to come looking for you. The game's changed. And all this with this Jeremy Meeks stuff, all this is about marketing and how they feel like they can make millions of dollars off of this guy's face and his name. But that's all I got to say. For my black women out there, I want to speak to black women. You guys got to start watching who you idolize, the type of men you pick. I understand that age has a lot to do with this. You have guys who, might pass over the woman of substance and go after the big booty chick that ain't worth a damn and can't put two sentences together. But I know all that plays a part, but you have to start being more wise about the men that you choose, the men that you guys so-called find attractive. Because what it's doing is creating broken homes and it's making you guys look stupid. You guys don't have to fall into the same traps that a lot of these other ethnicities do out here. Have your own lane, have your own mindset. But that's all I got to say.